In this video, I'm gonna give a high-level overview of all the capabilities that Endeavour offers, instead of focusing on a specific area. Once you have downloaded and installed Endeavour, and once you have logged on into the system, you have by default a demo project. Once you select this demo project, you are automatically taken to the user's homepage. In this case, this is the homepage of the user that is logged on into Endeavour. This homepage is divided in 3 sections. One of them is called My Status, the second section is called My Assignments, and the third one is My Projects. In My Status, you can see all the status of all the people who is involved in this project. In this case, we see that the system administrator's status is testing, and from here we can change it to something else like developing, and from there on this is going to be the status that is going to be visible to the rest of the developers. Down here we see a list of the assignments that the system administrator has been assigned to, which in this case is a use case. The use case is store credit application, and a defect, which is the store inventory defect. And finally, down here we see on My Projects section the projects that the system administrator is assigned to. Now let's move on to the planning section of Endeavour. From here we can see all the projects that exist. In this case, we only have the point of sale project. We can double click on it, and from here we have the basic information for this project, which in this case is the name, the start and end dates, the progress, which basically, as you can see, we cannot edit the project because edit the progress of the project, because its progress is derived by the progress, by the sum of the progress of the rest of the children that this project owns. By children I mean the iterations, and each of the iterations can have several software artifacts, which I'm going to demonstrate later. So we can see who created this project. We can see the status, which in this case could be inception, elaboration, construction or transition, and we can provide a brief description for this project. We also can see what are the project members that are assigned to this project. So let's move on. Let's go to the iterations section. From here we can see that we have 2 iterations. POS for point of sale iteration 1. We can double click on the iteration, and from here we can see the basic data. We can see what use cases have been assigned to this iteration. From here we can unassign or assign back again. Same for defects. We can assign or unassign or assign defects. We have change requests, and we have tasks. Let's move on to the project plan. In this case, this is a high-level overview of the project point of sale. We have 2 iterations plus 1 task. This task does not belong to any of the iterations, but it does belong to the point of sale project. So we can expand the whole project, and we can see, now we see that we have the 2 iterations, with each one of their software artifacts. From here I can double click in each one of them. In this case, this is a use case that shows all the information that you will normally expect on a use case. We can set what type of use case it is, either a business case or system use case. We can set a description, priority, progress, start and end dates, name, preconditions, post conditions. We can set the events for that use case, and we can also set create new extensions for each one of the events. We can assign or unassign actors for this use case. We can create tasks, which are basically going to be subtasks for this use case. We can assign or unassign stakeholders or people who are assigned to work on this use case. We can attach documents, which in this case we have a document here called business rules document that has been uploaded previously, and we can assign it or unassign it to this use case. We can provide any sort of attachment to this use case, which could be very well a business document, business rules document, or an image. We can provide comments, or we could just simply print and preview this use case. From here, well, basically this is a PDF, it's in PDF format, and from here we could print it or save it if we want to. Now, all the software artifacts supported by Endeavour give you the same capabilities that we're showing up here, which is adding comments, attachments, documents, and stakeholders. These are the general capabilities provided for each one of these software artifacts. If we can go to the project schedule, which in this case we'll see a Gantt chart, or we could go to the print preview, which in this case will show us a report for the point of sale. Let's move on to the actor section. From here we can see we can create actors just by providing the name and description. Let's go to the use cases, and in this case we don't have any use case listed because by default we have to select what we have to select the search criteria, but simply by leaving the default, we can see all the use cases that have been created. We can go into each one of them and provide any modifications that we want, or simply create a new one. Let's go to change requests. Again, we don't have anything showing up right now, anything displaying at the moment, and this is because we have to just press the OK button to perform the search. Again, we have the change request screen that shows up the basic information. From here we can select or assign or unassign stakeholders. We can assign documents to the change request, set up assignments, attachments to it, or create comments. The same goes for tasks. Same deal. We have the basic information, and the exact same default capabilities for this software artifact, with the main difference of this one, which is task dependencies. From here we will simply select a predecessor and select the type of dependency. We also have a support for a project glossary. We can create a term, and we have the capability of printing the whole glossary. Let's move on to defect tracking. In this case we have 4 defects displaying their priorities, their status, name and description, and the defect number. We can go into each one of them, and also we have a description, a basic information, and the default capabilities: stakeholders, documents, attachments, or comments. Let's move on into test management. Basically, the way test management is supported in Endeavour is that we can have a collection of test cases. In this case we can see the name of the test case, who created it, its purpose, the prerequisites, the test data, the steps, and we could assign comments. Once we have a collection of test cases, we can create a test plan. In this test plan we can create folders, and for each one of the folders we can assign a test case. Once a test case has been assigned, we can simply run that test case by providing its status, either if this case test case passed or failed. We can see a report of this test plan, and we can see what's the status of all the test plan execution. Here is the section of project documents. From here we can upload a document that later can be assigned to a software artifact. In this case we have a business rules document, and here we can see that there is only one version. This is because only one document has been uploaded once, and it hasn't been reviewed. Once it has been reviewed, we can upload the new version of the document, and this will show up here. So just to preview this document, all we have to do is just to click on the link, and we can open it or save it to the file system. Finally, Endeavour provides a project wiki. In this case, this is the wiki for the point of sale. It provides continuous integration. Continuous integration is synchronized with Endeavour, except for the point of sale project. In this case, I can go to the projects. I can create a new project, which in this case is going to be called test simply, and we can go to the continuous integration, and we see that we now have a test project. We have a Subversion browser, which in this case is set up to display the code base for Endeavour. And we also have a project forums. From here we can create any forums that we want for the project. Finally, I'm going to show the collection of reports that Endeavour provides. We have project member assignments. From here we can see all the assignments for all the project members. Actually, we currently don't have any assignments yet. I'm sorry. We have to select the point of sale first. We go to the project member assignments, and then we have the report here in PDF. We can go to the defects report. We can see defects by status or by priority. We can go to the iteration cumulative flow. We can see iteration defects by priority, iteration defects by status, and finally we can see again the report for the test plan execution. So, well, basically that's all. Thank you very much.